Hey folks, welcome to the channel Rockin' the Country. I'm Don, broadcasting from New Jersey. Bucko and me. I've got a gift request from none other than MontaukEd. And MontaukEd is, as you might have guessed, from Montauk, New York, the easternmost part of Long Island. And he's now in North Carolina. And a gentleman, a man of the world in many ways. So Ed, thank you for this gift and request. It's another Clay Walker song, A Few Questions. Now, I've done 2 of Clay's songs, courtesy of MontaukEd, and they both got me thinking. And Clay's is the real deal. He's keeping traditional country and the sensibilities of traditional alive. So, swap my hat. Oh. Ed made this thing for me a while back. He sent it to me. And now that I have part of my backdrop in place, I get to display some of these things. Let me see. I want to keep Avalanche, that's this thing's name, up, but I think it's blocking some of the back. I'll figure it out as we go along. All right, here we go, folks. Clay Walker, A Few Questions. I love questions. That's why I love reacting.
How in this world can we put a man on the moon and still have a need for a place like St. Jude's? And why is one man born in a place where all they know is war?
Yeah.
And a guy like me has always been free.
It's the dynamic of life.
And how can 2 people who built a loving home try for years and never have a child of their own, when somewhere out there tonight there's a baby no one's holding tight, in need of love? To me that don't add up. But I wasn't there the day you filled up the ocean.
I like this direction.
I didn't get to see you hang the stars in the sky. So I don't mean to second guess you or criticize what I don't understand. These are just a few questions I have.
Yep. I should have worn my philosophy hat. This is one of those approaches that some folks who are deep into religion, fundamentalist religion, would be appalled by. How dare you question? And it's like, no. I mean, Sarah Groves, that's one of the reasons I like her. I'm not big into Christian music, never was, even when I ran for about 10 or 12 years with a fundamentalist Christian group. Never was that deep into it. I felt too much of it was unoriginal, just sort of copycatish and cliche in many ways. But questions were not allowed. You don't question. You just receive. You accept. You read your Bible. You understand it perfectly. And if you don't understand it, we'll tell you what it means, and then you go along with it. I love it when people have the honesty to have questions. It's just the way life works. We're not right on everything. None of us is. And so questions is the way, or having an open mind is the way to stair-stepping your way to better ideas, better beliefs, if you will. And to me, they should be rooted in kindness and generosity and thoughtfulness. That's my disposition in life. When I see others not manifesting that, I don't know. It's to each his or her own. I think we're each unique. We can't all be sort of the same stamp. So you do need hard-nosed people who could be a cop, a judge, or whatever. I couldn't be that. That's just not me. I'd have a hard time busting somebody unless they were a really bad person. But these questions going on in here are legitimate questions. And I love that he's asking them. Title of the song.
And why did my cousin have to die in that crash? A good kid, only 17, I still wonder about that. It seems unfair to me. Some get the chance to chase their dreams, and some don't. But what do I know? I wasn't there the day you filled up the ocean. I didn't get to see you hang the stars in the sky. So I don't mean to second guess you or criticize what I don't understand.
I think it's okay to do that.
These are just a few questions I have.
Love that shot.
Why do I feel like you hear these prayers of mine?
You hope he does.
When so many ought to be ahead of me in line. When you look down on me, can you see the good through all the bad? And these are just a few questions I have.
Yeah, I could expound upon on the various ideas in here at length, but one of the problems that people have, and it is tormenting us in ways, is the belief that God is in control. And that's been the subject of debate for millennia and so on. It's not a position that I hold. And it is very liberating when you realize, like, we're all on the same playing field, whether you're atheist, Christian, Jew, Buddhist, and we're all on the playing field in life. And we have to use our brains and our backs to make good decisions, go to work, acquire good personality traits, if you will, good habits that will work reasonably well with someone else. But there's an inherent risk to life and living. You know, like he said in the song, like, why did his cousin have to die in the crash? I think he said he was 17 years old. And I mean, you could look at some of the media causes of that. Well, one, we're moving in vehicles. It's an unnatural thing to do. We're used to it, so we don't really question it, but it is a fundamentally dangerous activity, which is why we don't let anybody do it, which is why there are rules governing it. Not only speed limits, but you can't drink. You got to be of a certain age. You have to pass a test, all these things. And there's a risk to it. And it's amazing that more bad things don't happen in ways, but enough of them do. And all you can do is feel compassion for people who do suffer the loss of someone. I have somebody, my buddy Ricky died when he was 18 in a car crash. I got a phone call when I was a freshman at school. And I don't so much question why as much as I'm astounded. A couple of buddies of mine and I, we grew up with, and one in particular, we were crazy. I mean, and we are both astounded that we're alive today. The dynamic of life just played sort of into our hands. There was a plane crash a couple of decades ago where, like, all but one person on board died, but that one person lived, had survivor's guilt. But you're like, you know, you could explain it physically, and this is how it happened, and this is why your body made it through. But it's fair enough. I mean, if you're religious, and like Clay is, and I don't mean that pejoratively, I mean, if you're spiritually minded and you think God ordained everything and set the stars and the oceans and created the universe and all that, and that he's got his hand on what takes place in this world, then of course you're going to have questions about, like, well, why did he die? Why is there a St. Jude's? Why do other people suffer? Why is there suffering at all? If you're all powerful and all loving, why is there suffering? It's okay to question those things. To me, it's perfectly legitimate. based on the premise that God is the most powerful being in the universe and is represented as a loving, caring parent, then you would expect to be able to ask questions without fear of retribution. So his line in the song, like, I don't mean to not second guess you, I think he said. It's like, it's okay to second guess. I can handle being second guessed. And if there is a God that created everything much more powerful than me, if I can handle it, I fully expect someone who is represented in the scriptures as being love, just, kind, all these things, to be able to handle those sorts of things. Anne Lamott referred to, she said, some folks have this idea of God walking around like as the high school principal in a gray suit, unhappily rifling through your files. And when we adopt this position that that God, the infinite creator, is just there to hammer us, it changes. You become more fearful than loving in your own right. And anyway, Ed, look what you did. You knew it too. And this had traditional sensibilities, but it also had contemporary, almost rock-based stuff. Jacob Herrick's type song, instrumentally. But thematically, I knew you would love getting me going. And believe me, I could talk for a lot longer on this subject because I've written a lot about it too. I'm going to rate this song. I love his openness, his honesty. About questioning and challenging and putting it, as they used to say, on wax. But the number that popped into my head was an 8.7. And it was just because the honesty. I love it when people will ask questions. I love questions, and I just don't think we should fear asking them. It doesn't mean you have ill intent. It means you just have questions. That's it. He's got a few. He's got a few more, I guarantee it. All right, guys, you can thank MontaukEd for that one. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.
When somewhere out there tonight there's a baby no one's holding tight, in need of love, to me that don't add up.